Welcome, this is our Friday, March 11, 2016 edition of the Government News Brief. In the news, Business Minister says no politicking with small business registration forms, Sophia Healthcare Center gets elderly club, and a stelling to be built at Cariveton for Oriala farmers. With these and other stories, I am Azim Khan. Thank you for staying with us. This is the Government News Brief. Minister of Business Dominic Gaskin says that the small business registration forms should not be used to gain political mileage. Here are the details.
Processing of micro and small enterprise development project application forms are distributed in a fair and transparent manner, says Minister of Business Dominic Gaskin.
Well, it's unfortunate that a program that is designed to work to the benefit of all Guyanese could so easily be hijacked and misused or misrepresented for political mileage. It's not something you can stop anyone from doing, and there is a tendency in Guyana for political parties to, when they get far enough into our interior, to make all sorts of outrageous claims, knowing that, in many cases there's no media recording, the people may not have access to more accurate information.
Reports had surfaced that some members of the Regional Democratic Council of Region 1, Barima Winey, were selectively distributing these registration forms to their constituents, promising grants and advising them to blame the government if these did not materialize. The minister is reassuring the public that no person representing any political party is involved in the processing of applications for loans, grants, or any other services. The Ministry of Business says that all small businesses are required to register with the SBB before they can benefit from any of the programs or projects being implemented by the agency. Registration forms are available to the general public free of cost, and they can also be downloaded from the Ministry of Business's website at www.minibusiness.gov.gy. As part of its outreach program, representatives from the ministry will visit all of the regions of Guyana and hold meetings with and provide information to members of the public.
Students of the Bena Hill Institute are to play a greater role in the Region 9's development with their current training and orientation. We have more in this report.
The administration is working to ensure indigenous communities become self-sufficient, and it is for this reason the youths will be trained in a number of areas to facilitate this developmental process. Minister of Indigenous Peoples Affairs, Sidney Alicock, recently visited the region and met with the Bena Hill Institute students.
Meeting with them to tell them about what it is that we are looking at. Accountability, proper leadership, developing cottage industries, looking at how we could create a living off of the natural environment, and also to understand what it means to protect the ecosystems, because this is how we lived for many years. And I believe that if we keep this knowledge, it will help us to be better prepared, to prepare for those yet to come.
The training provided will also equip the youths with the necessary skills to make representation at various levels for the further advancement of their individual communities.
Here is where you would create your own jobs that you could have a livelihood from. And that is the focus. That would be the focus for us.
Minister Alicock advised that the administration will play its role in ensuring economic sustainability for indigenous communities.
We're hoping that we could be able to link with the University of Guyana. It will be a field station here where persons who are studying, let us say, biology, here is the place to be, and culture. So you have that interaction.
Practical experience.
Yeah, the practical experiences, I think, a very good thing for us. And the more it could happen, the better we would be as a nation.
Government has made provision in the 2016 national budget for support for the Bina Hill Institute, which now has a far higher intake of students. Shanta Goberdan with this government news brief.
Works at the Riverton Stelling could help farmers from Oriala get value for their produce. Glendon Greenwich explains how.
Approximately $300 million will be spent to construct a wharf, ramp and a storage facility at Carribean Quarantine, Quarantine, Berbice. Region 6 Chairman David Armagan says this investment will be utilized to safeguard the livelihood of farmers, particularly on Oriala.
The Amerindian people have been complaining to us that they don't have anywhere to unload their produce when they are bringing it out from the river. Plus, they don't have anywhere to keep it. So we are also building a little storehouse there where they can bring their produce and store it and then sell it at the Skeleton market. They have been complaining that when they bring the produce, because they don't have anywhere to store it, what invariably happens is that they have to sell it very cheap to the people who are retail, because they have to wholesale it. And they work very hard for to get those things.
This new investment will see farmers earning more from their produce.
But they have asked that we put in a little shed there for them to store their produce so that they can sit there at the market a couple of days and retail their produce. In that way, they will make a couple of extra dollars for themselves.
The National Assembly has approved approximately $5.7 billion for Region 6 to execute a number of projects throughout the year. The regional administration will also spend significant sums in the education and health sectors.
Regional institutions, CARICOM member states, and international development partners discussed priority areas for CARICOM's development at the 4th High-Level Forum. More in this report.
The two-day forum convened by the CARICOM Secretariat allowed the participants to look at priority areas for development in the Caribbean community. CARICOM Secretary General, Ambassador Erwin Larocque says areas of development is to match their interests and resources with those priorities.
This forum is an avenue for coordinating the management of the development assistance of our partners, which in turn contributes to more effective use of and outcomes from that assistance. Since our last meeting, the CARICOM heads of government have approved the strategic plan for the Caribbean community for 2015 to 2019. The plan is appropriately entitled Repositioning CARICOM. I am sure that you are familiar with the document, and I'm sure you've heard me speak about it countless times.
The forum discussed 6 of the 8 integrated strategic priorities of CARICOM's strategic plan. The plan aims are to build and enhance the resilience of the member states to withstand social, economic, and environmental challenges, and to put CARICOM on a path of sustainable development. Ambassador Larocque highlighted the importance of the forum and the contributions of CARICOM's development partners to the grouping.
This time presents an opportunity to assess, to rethink, to strategize, to build, and to effect change that redounds to the benefits of all the people of our community. The objective is to build a more resilient, inclusive, and unified Caribbean community. For you, the opportunity presents itself to be associated with a successful development partnership that could become a model for development cooperation elsewhere.
The 4th High-Level Forum presented an opportunity to assess, strategize, build, and effect change for the benefit of all the people of the CARICOM region. Namila Baines-Rowe for this government news brief.
Sophia residents expressed excitement at Elderly Club launch at the Sophia Health Center. More in this report.
The first Elderly Club was today launched at the Sophia Health Center in Georgetown, Guyana, under the theme Healthy Aging to promote healthy lifestyles among the elderly in the Sophia community. The Elderly Club will target men and women over 60 years and is aimed at fostering greater understanding of healthy living and the dangers of unhealthy living. Doreen Ned could not contain her excitement.
I am happy about it, the launching of the elderly, and I hope that it keep on. It doesn't stop at one place. Keep on going, and everybody would be happy in the community.
James Hermanstein also spoke about the benefits he will gain.
This initiative here concerning the club, the elderly club, I think it's a very good one because it will enhance the community socializing the elderly to one another. And I believe from our experiences, the youths will be able to see an example from us and follow in our steps.
Minister within the Ministry of Public Health, Dr. Karen Cummings, applauded the club's launch and touted the health benefits the elderly will gain.
You must be able to make informed choices, all right? The initiative to launch this elderly club for residents of Sophia is a commendable one. So once again, give the organizers a clap. Not only does it provide a forum and a space for seniors to engage each other, it will also help in the sharing of information to promote healthy lifestyle.
We are pleased to advise you that the Government Information Agency will be hosting pictorial exhibitions at various locations under the theme, A Look Back at the Birth of a Nation. The exhibition is informative, educational, and a reflection on Guyana's independence era. The public is invited. If you're interested in having Gina's exhibition at your school or event, please call us on telephone numbers 226-6715 or 225-4255. We're also seeking your assistance in compiling a documentary on Independence Day, May 26, 1966. To this end, we are asking those persons who were present at the event on May 26, 1966 to come forward and share their experience. You can give us a call on 225-3119. We have come to the end of the Government News Brief for Friday, March 11, 2016. The Government News Brief, along with all other GINA programs, can be found on our website. We are also on Facebook and YouTube. On behalf of all of us here at GINA, thank you for watching.